put your hands together for the amazing Mr. Ben Wong. Come on, hands together, please.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you to everyone who has joined us this evening to help us kick off our 50th celebration weekend. If it wasn't for everyone sitting in this room today, we wouldn't have a club nearly as successful as we are. So volunteer coaches, parents, committee members, partner clubs, scouts, league organisers, council members, the hockey club, the cricket club, the FA, you all help form our ecosystem of the beautiful game and bring joy to some of the most important people out there, the players, our children, and the future of our club. And for that, I'd like to say thank you to everyone here. Cool, thank you.
You put your hands together, please, for Mr. Tony Doherty. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
The thing is, it's the difference now in the 17 odd years that I've been there. The difference is incredible, and that's down to the people. Some of the people who have been here, who are still here, people that have gone. The committee's got stronger and stronger and stronger. And although when I joined 17 years ago, the club had already been going for a third of a century, thanks to some of the people on this table here, when they started it off. And it's great to look back with a great history, but with the amazing committee we've got with Steve and Ben and Dave and John and Mark, Ben Sutcliffe. Where's Ben Sutcliffe? Finally got him. I've got a shop steward on the committee at last. Excellent. And everybody else, Vicky, I know is here today, and loads of other people that I've probably forgotten. But they've got such a good committee now, and they're just going to move forward and forward. And I think the next 50 years will be even better than we've done already.
The board member of Middlesex FA, Mr. Mike Heavey, please.
So for a club, therefore, to have survived, and not only survived but thrived for 50 years, it shows how important this club has been to many, many people. You have over 750 players in 57 teams, from adults, boys, girls and disability players. It's a true testament to the values and efforts of all the people that have been involved over that whole 50 years, because it just doesn't happen. I trust you all enjoy the evening and the events over the weekend, including the Ruislip Rangers Has Talent contest, although personally I'm a Strictly fan. If I could ask Ben to come up, we have a little presentation from Middlesex for you.
So as we all know, the club's been going for 50 years, and the man who started the whole thing is here tonight, which for me is amazing. When we were working on the book, managed to get hold of lots of people and got as far back as the mid-1970s. And I thought this is not going to be complete until we can get all the way back to the very beginning. And this name kept on being mentioned, Derek Gumm, that he was a manager at the club for many years. And I thought, well, you know, I'll interview him, and managed to get hold of him, track him down. And myself and Patrick, who helped me with the book, went round to his house. And this is really quite late in the day. This is like the end of July. And we started to talk to him, and he said, "Oh, I founded the club." And I thought, "Oh, goodness, finally found you," you know. And so he was able to give us the story of the club from the very, very beginning, from day one. And he's an amazing man. He's 83 years of age. He's still working as a groundsman, which is incredible. And he was part of the club for the best part of a decade and a half, and very successful, as you'll read in the book when you buy it. The team, his first team won the treble in 1977, and that was the start of success for the club. So very, very special man. A big round of applause please for Derek Gumm, because I know he's good for you as well. maybe to give you a brief summary of how the club was formed and what happened to it. So, as we know, the amazing Derek Gumm formed the club in 50 years ago, and the club finally moved to King's College Fields in 1997, where we've been ever since. We joined the Harrow Youth League in 1997. That was a big change. Prior to that, the club had been a member of the Hazen District League. And it's grown and grown, as you've heard. We've now got over 700 players. Last year there were 750 registered during the year. We've got 57 teams. We've got a thriving boys section, got an adults team, a girls section, a disability section. The girls section was formed in 2005 by Tony Doherty, and then Dave took it on, and it's grown and grown since then. Our disability section was started with the assistance of QPR, actually. In the summer of 2016, we met with them and worked with them. Our first team played in 2017, and they came second in the league, and they came runners-up in the County Cup. The following year, Nick Bamford, where's Nick? Yeah, took over. I was kind of running it for a while and did an absolutely amazing job. And it's grown and grown and grown. So the team that came second in the league and runners-up in the County Cup this year won the County Cup and won the league. So they did the club. And the number of players and the number of teams has grown and grown and grown. And we've also got a frame football team now as well, which is amazing. One of the things that I think is one of the best stories in the book is in 2007, two teams started, the A and the B team, and both of them went on to be hugely successful. The A team, managed by Tony Morgan, who's here. Where's Tony? So Tony was the assistant manager and then the manager, and that team won an amazing 8 trophies in its career. Is that the right word for a team? And the B team, who like to call themselves, what was the phrase they used about themselves? Not bad for a B team, that's right, yeah. Well, they weren't bad for a B team at all, because they won 5 trophies as well. So that particular age group produced 2 of our most successful teams ever. Very fitting in our 50th year that teams in this club made history. So in total, in the 50 years of the club, our teams have won an amazing 102 trophies. But we've never been national champions until this year. But Jason Alday's under 12 red team, where's Jason? Won the national championships in June. And as I say, very fitting that they did it in the 50th year. The other major achievement this year as well was none of our girls' team had ever won the County Cup. We'd come close, but this year the under-14 team, managed by Dave Holden, won the Capital Girls Cup, which is the equivalent of the County Cup. So big round of applause. So that's the past. Just to talk about the future, we have, as has been mentioned, we've got some big plans. We are going to join forces with the other clubs at King's College Fields, and we would like one day to have a new clubhouse. So we're working with the council and the local residents to get support for that. So hopefully that will happen one day. And just in closing, I just want to talk about what I learned in researching and writing the book. And obviously kids football is about football. It's a game we all love. But it's also about fun as well. That's one of the big things that came through as I was talking to people. What they remember was not so much the winning the games, it was the fun they had. Just being involved in the whole thing, just training, going to the games, being with their parents and that kind of thing. And mucking around, which is what kids love to do. The other big thing is friendships. And finally, it's about memories. It's about those fond memories, things that at the time you probably don't necessarily appreciate, but when you look back, you remember those times. One of the things I've always done with my team is we've done a yearbook every year, and it's fun sort of looking back and remembering, especially when they were really young, you know, what they looked like and the fun that you had with them. So to me, it's really about memories, and that's one of the reasons why I wrote the book, because unless you capture these stories, they will die. And I'm so pleased that I managed to, you know, meet Derek and hear those stories, and the other people as well, because we've now got a record. Youth football is about the kids, and you know, I just love watching my son play football. I love watching my team play football. To me, they're like nephews. And it's about the kids at the end of the day. There's something which I saw in fact, John Gowan found it on Twitter earlier on, and it's Gary Lineker talking about his experiences of kids football and about the sort of stuff that happens with parents and coaches shouting from the sideline. And he gets quite impassioned, and he said, basically, my advice to these people is just shut up and let them play. And I echo that totally. Let's just let the kids play, let them enjoy it, and let them create the memories that we have for the future, and they can talk about their memories to their kids as well. So
now it's my honour to call the founder of Ruislip Rangers, who ran the club until the mid-1980s. Can you please be upstanding again and put your hands together for Mr. Derek Gumm, ladies and gentlemen. Come on.
Thank you very much for everyone, and I'm pleased to see one of my players turned up here this evening when he see it on Facebook. He was a bit of an handful, but he's turned out to be a lovely young man, Mr. Paul Barrett. And in my wildest dreams, I never thought getting this club together, it would be like this evening. I'm fortunate I'm still around to see it. I'm 83 years old now, and I'm still doing marking football pitches out. And if I wasn't doing that, I'll be home giving someone an annoyance. But I've enjoyed it, and it keeps me going. I probably wouldn't be as fit as I am today if it weren't for this football and for the kids. The kids were everything. They were the backbone of this club. They turn up every week. They play in the rain. But we did have a brilliant side. We did have a brilliant side. We won the treble. The following year we won the league. I'd like to thank Paul and the boys that give me so many happy days. And I would like to thank everybody here for the effort they put into this football team, to this club. I would also like to thank Steve for hunting me down. Anyway, I was always in trouble with the Middlsex FA. Because referees and God knows what. I was one of those shouting from the line that someone mentioned tonight. And I reckon that every referee in Middlesex knew me. Especially if something happened, they'd run over to me and say, "You stop there, Derek." But they do a wonderful job, Middlesex. They do a wonderful job. I can't think of any more to say, but thank every one of you. Thank you very much.
Be outstanding, ladies and gentlemen, once again, please. Thank you so much for coming along tonight, Derek. I think we all very much appreciate it as well. Brentford. QPR. Tottenham. Sheffield Wednesday. And Wolves. He currently is QPR's club ambassador. Can you please put your hands together for our guest of honour, Mr. Andy Sinton.
First and foremost, it's great to be able to represent Queen's Park Rangers here tonight on your celebration for Ricelip Rangers. Now, Queen's Park Rangers is a fantastic club, and this is a fantastic junior club. Whether you're a coach, a founder, a parent, a volunteer, give yourself a round of applause. You know, but this is football. This is what it's all about. You know, the Saturdays, the Sunday mornings, the muddy pitches, the volunteers. You should be really, really proud of yourself. You know, so when someone says who's the best player you've played with, it's really, really hard. But if you really pin me down to one, and I only played with them 4 or 5 times, and that was for my country, for England. Absolute genius, Gaza, Paul Gascoigne. And I'll be saying to these kids, you know, I had a dream. I had a dream when I was in Newcastle, playing on the streets, under the street lamps. I used to dream I'm going to be a professional footballer. I used to dream I'm going to play for England. My dream came true. So it's really, really hard to say. The Man United side of the 90s, you know, the Roy Keane, Scholes, Gary Neville, them sort of players, Beckhams, they were awesome. So I really couldn't single anyone out. But
are we happy with that answer, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to have to push you then, sorry.
Toughest player I've played against, Stuart Pearce.
There we are. We got there.
Every time you wake up in the morning, every time you go to school, every time you play a game of football, every time you go training, every time you go home and sit with your parents, be the best you can be. Try to be the best you can be. Strive to be better than what you were yesterday. Put the hard yards in. We live in a society, and I don't mind saying this, and I might get shot down, we live in a society where I think it's too easy sometimes. Going gets tough, a lot of people now just run for the exit. Okay? How about rolling your sleeves up sometimes, and when adversity comes, with support of people, battling your way through it. And you know, sometimes when you're playing in a team, or managing a team, or coaching a team, you find out more about yourself, your players, people around you when you're 3-0 down. So my advice to your coaches, I salute you. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job here. Keep going, but just remember the power, the importance of your role, whether you're dealing with under 6s, under 16s, or even men. When you're standing there, those kids will hang on every single word to you. And words can help you. They can actually destroy you very, very quickly, okay? And sometimes it's easier to, it takes a long time to build a house. Knock it down in a day. You can knock it down in a day. So that's a stupid analogy, yes or no. But what you say, what you do, how you act has such a massive bearing on these. Let's be a positive influence. Let's improve the youth of the country. Let's inspire them. Let's get them active. Let's get them playing. Let's be proud of them, eh? Thank you.
Keep your applause going, please, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for our guest of honour, Mr. Andy Sinton. Come on.